I'm Dale Smith for Looney Politics, and the supply and confidence agreement that the government and the NDP struck this last week is predicated on the principle of no surprises. So what that means in practice is that the government is going to not call any surprise confidence motions, and neither will the NDP. But also that if the government decides that they do need to make an issue a matter of confidence, usually because there's some kind of obstruction or things are being impeded, that they let the NDP know as soon as possible, and the NDP will give the government a response before they make it public. That gives the government time to find another dance partner if need be. Now, the other thing that they are planning to do is to better communicate around committees, because we saw a lot of gridlock with those committees in the previous parliament. Why that matters is because a lot of the issues that the NDP cared about weren't able to make it through the legislative process last time because we did have a good 6 months worth of procedural warfare, both in the chamber as well as in committees. And the NDP did participate in this warfare rather gleefully at times, anything to embarrass the government. The problem with that is that the things that they cared about couldn't advance either. So by the time the election was called, ostensibly to break those log jams and deadlocks, a lot of the stuff the NDP cared about died on the order paper. And I think they got some pushback politically from that as a result. They certainly didn't win much more support during the election. So part of what this agreement does is take some of that off of the table. And they're agreeing to certain things like briefings with departments on issues of shared priorities that they laid out in the agreement, as well as things like agreeing to prioritize certain legislation, which would mean moving it faster through the process, having extended hours for more debate if need be, but also the provision to have some more time allocation motions that the NDP will agree to in order to get these things prioritized. And that's important because the NDP has made a huge song and dance about government shutting down debate anytime a time allocation motion comes forward, regardless of how much merit there could be in that, because, for example, debate had gone on for weeks and not advanced. That does happen, and it's a problem in our system, in particular in Canada. So what this principle of no surprises means is that there's hopefully going to be a little more regularity in terms of the parliamentary calendar and the order paper, and that the NDP have kind of wised up that perhaps the way things were happening in the previous parliament is not conducive to getting things done. Now, much of the agreement is predicated on the NDP taking credit for things the Liberals are doing, but they can't take credit if stuff isn't being able to get through the process. For Looney Politics, I'm Dale Smith.